trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Check curls, check 3.
Now it's Carson, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Good job right there, good job right there.
Mike 3, pick me up. Here we go. Mike 3, Mike 3. Combo. Watch the out. Check it.
They run for it with Carson. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. He's coming. Double up.
Hey,
He's coming.
hey, hold on.
17's Mike 17.
Big ace.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Mike 17. Yeah. 17's Mike 17.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
I'm coming. Check. Whip. Watch the whip. SOS.
They'll run with Etienne. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Mike 17. It's our time. 17.
Murray sets to throw on 4th.
Let's go.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense.
And it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. A nice little juke. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taking it all the way down to the 8. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And they'll run with Etienne. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
He's crashing.
Here's Murray, a quick throw complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals on just 2 plays have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Let's go.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Hey, hey. 0-0, Mike free. What we got? What we got? What we got?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3. Catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Mike 3, Mike 3. Combo, combo, combo. 14, front it. Therapy after this.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. They'll find Everett there, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Mike 3. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Big Dan.
Here's Carson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Tackles. Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Hey, 25 to Mike.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Strickland. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
0-0, Mike 3.
Now Wilson. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's gonna be a long day.
On play action, it's Murray. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. A give, it's Etienne off the option. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw is Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Go 14.
They'll try the left side. It's Carson. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, for Chris Carson, I mean, he is a powerfully built back, and using that size and strength there to good advantage as he shakes free of a would-be tackler.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Mike 3. Combo. Right. And bring it. 0-0.
Now it's Wilson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, Carson. And a short gain here down to the 22. Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you, son. He lurked. 0-0, Mike 3. Watch the slant. Mike 3. Let's make these.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Switch.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
I'm here all day.
All goes special.
On third down, it's Carson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
We're gonna work.
12.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
You better be afraid of me.
Hey.
17's Mike. Mike 17.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Get off the field.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Dance into his left. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
Tuck 50, tuck 50.
Here we go. Mike 9. Mike 9. Oh, you got D.
Play action. Now Wilson. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right, but I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, whoever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher, so sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor, but on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you. Alert, 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 alert.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Check.
They run it with Carson. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
17. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 17's Mike. Mike 17.
Now Murray off play action. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Mike 17. Mike 17.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
17.
Murray going to throw.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
65.
Play fake. Murray. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. Murray now on first down. Flushed out right. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jacob Hollister, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will tie our game here in the third. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey.
25. Check 25.
Now a give right side. Carson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Hey. 0-0. Mike free.
All day.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down.
Mike 3.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is Carson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 36.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 3, Mike 3.
Good job right there.
Combo. Hey,
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson, that's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Hey, we got
95.
Mike 3. Mike 3.
Now Wilson steps away to his left. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Mike 17.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Here's Murray. Buying time to his left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Handoff running left is Etienne.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Devin Duvernay.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught here by Metcalf. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
0-0, Mike free.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Hey, alert. Mike 3. Mike 3. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now back onto the field comes the Cardinal offense, and they're going to try for 2.
I got you. Hey. Shit.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He'll buy some time right.
And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
0.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever.
25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Watch the curl, watch the curl.
Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
We're going 25 to Mike. Hey, pick it up.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Let's go.
17's Mike. Mike 17.
Murray flips this forward on the jet sweep. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Oh, yeah. Mike 17. Mike 17. Switch up. 17's Mike. Mike 17.
Here's Murray. Flush to his right. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. He finds his man. Complete. It's Moore. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Chips over here. Let's overload. That's good. First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Being chased out left. That's taken in by Duvernay. Touchdown! Devin Duvernay. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Mike 3.
They go play action with Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. Sheds him off at the 45. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cardinals, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.